1956. After becoming a reverend, he was taken for more training in the Anglican leadership. That was Anglican University in the UK, where he started the Anglican leadership. On return, he was made a tutor in Bualasi Theological College. After some time, he went back to the University of London, where he studied a diploma again, and on return he became the principal of the very theological college of Bualasi. There, he served for some time, and he became the provincial secretary of the province of the Church of Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Boga Zaire. He was then elevated, and he became the bishop of the northern province, that is the area part of the northern Uganda, where he served until 1974, when again he was elected and installed as the Archbishop of the Church of the province of Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Boga Zaire. That's how big the province was. Now, during his tenure, that was the time when Uganda was under General Idi Amin Dada, and one would say the country was under turmoil. So, on trying to advise the government then, he disagreed with the leader, and history says he was killed on the orders of the president then, General Idi Amin Dada, in February 1977. That's where his reign as Archbishop ended, and that's how this day came about. A few years ago, the government of Uganda gazetted a day, the 16th of February, to remember him, to celebrate him, to remember the kind of patriotism he exhibited. And before even that, before even the government of Uganda gazetted the day, he had been recognized as a martyr, and his statue is standing at the church at Westminster Abbey. So we are here to celebrate a very big man in the history of Uganda. We are in Kitgum district, and we want to first of all talk to the woman member of parliament in representation of all the leaders of the area, so that we get to know where we are, so that we move on the same page. Thank you so much for joining. I'm going to talk to the Honorable Lillian Aber. She is the woman MP for this district, and we want to know, the presenter in the morning asked me, do the people of this district know St.Janani Luwum? What do they know about him? How do they learn about him? We have their leader here, and we're going to hear from her. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
What does this day mean to the people of Kitgum district, especially this particular area?
This is a day that is celebrated across the whole world, not only Kitgum district. And to us people in Kitgum, and specifically in Muchwini, it's a very big day when we remember our hero, the late Bishop St.Janani Luwum, who gave in his life to ensure that humanity is embraced, to stand for the truth, to stand for justice, to walk the talk of faith. So this is a day which is very special in the lives of all the Christians, in the lives of everybody who believed that in him as a bishop that gave his life. So you can see we don't have only people from Kitgum, we have people from across the world. There are those who traveled outside the countries, there are those who are from Acholi sub-region, there are those who are from outside Acholi sub-region. Every year, 16th, we are here. And what do we learn from such a day? We learn
is coming to that. I gave an update in the morning when we were around Kitgum town, and my presenter back in studio asked me, I want you to talk to the young people and the locals in Kitgum. What do they know about this man, the great man, St.Janani Luwum? Give us this picture as their leader.
Many young people don't know St.Janani Luwum, but they've heard of him, they've read scriptures, and they've heard over the radio. So if I may describe this particular person, is one person who gave his life, who sacrificed his life for the truth and justice. Because when Idi Amin put him on pressure and wanted him to accept mistakes that he did not commit, wanted him to paint other people that they are doing something wrong, he said no, they did not. So if I am to be killed for this, let me be killed. So this gives young people this kind of image that it is good and proper to stand for the truth, because the truth should always reign. And faith is something you're tempted. Today you may say, I'm a Christian, I'm a reverend, I'm a bishop, but when you are faced with a circumstance which involves your life, are you going to back off? So we take this time to remember issues of bad governance in the past and relate it to today. And when we have these prayers, we take this opportunity to remind ourselves of where Uganda came from and where Uganda is now, so that we don't repeat the same mistakes that were repeated in the past.
Thank you, Honorable. Now, I read about Kitgum and I did some research about the district. 80% of the people here are farmers. Poverty levels are a little high and things like that. What kind of programs are in place to see that we get our people that come from a district blessed with this kind of history, out of such livelihoods? What kind of programs are there?
Actually, sub-region...
I'm asking you on behalf of all other leaders in this district.
Yeah, actually, sub-region has gone through insurgency for a long time, or the whole northern region. So, after the war, the guns went silent. The next war was to do with the mindset of the people, the trauma that they went through. And now, what we are looking at is now how can we ensure that our people get out of poverty? Because there's some effects of the war which is still there. People got used to being given free things. So the element of work, people came back home. People came back home and got entangled into land wrangles. If you realize that every time we're in land wrangles, that was another challenge. So, and the issues of land fragmentation. So we are now saying, as leaders, we need to mobilize our people to involve themselves in commercial agriculture. We need our people to be equipped with things like tractors. I'm happy yesterday I handed over a tractor to a group of farmers. But we need more of this. Our people have vast land and fertile land, best land ever. I think the whole country now is northern region and actually specifically with good land. But the element of the money, access to funding, to finances, to support them to start, commercial agriculture is where the challenge is. And that is why projects like the parish development model becomes, it becomes a stick, a yardstick, becomes something that can help them. The projects like the National Oilseed Project that is coming up, of course, actually sub-region is known for oilseeds, sunflower, peanuts, sim, soybean. Those are things that really do well here. So we are now looking at, as government is putting in money to ensure that people get involved in this commercialization of agriculture, the leaders, we have to do the mobilization. And that is now what we are doing to mobilize our people. But we need more equipment. You cannot do agriculture with
my first days to meet you in my works, you are a youth leader. Still, in what I read, the levels of early pregnancies and early marriages are very high in this district. What kind of arrangements can be done? How are you helping the young girls, having been a youth leader for some good time in university and everywhere? How have you used your position to see that at least these figures change to favorable ones or even zero?
One of the issues that's on the high ranking, why the young people are getting married at an earlier age, is poverty. It's poverty and then culture. So you look at an actually girl who is already maybe 12, 13, someone looks at a cow supposed to be brought, goats that should be brought. So these are the things I keep on talking about over the radio, on barrios, on functions. Let's take girls to school. I use myself as an example. If I had not gone to school, if I didn't persevere, where would I be? So the war on child marriages has got to be addressed on two dimensions. Number one, we need to empower the homesteads. I'm happy that the president is always singing the issue of household empowerment, commercialization of agriculture, putting more money in agriculture. That is the first step. If people have money, they will not make vulnerable decisions. So you find someone is defiled, someone has been married off at a young age, but there's even no accountability. The issues die out in courts because they can't manage to even follow up with the lawyers to push a case. So the next issue is the issue of the mindset. We need to embrace, we need to continue talking. For us leaders, what we will do is to talk and talk and talk. that it's good to educate a child, a lady, a young girl, because you'll be educating the whole family. You know, a girl who is educated, a wife who is educated, helps a lot.
I have very little time. Just a message in the local language to the young girl watching you on TV. In the local language, a very short message.
Tin nian ma want ka kwa nian palum amiro ni ununge ni nian ma wano popi wonwa luum janani ma en uchung pi wan da uchung ni ye da lego ni lotina nyira ma unuti kuja uti woho una ya nyim pakara uberi gankwan umede ke kwan kelka bedi ka tunyi gankwan bien kwana yo bera nyimi wa in be dir ma dok MP no yo nyimi dak bane non ko mabe no e kwano lu nyoro twa lotina gankwan kwando chake peki balcha wa gang lotina nyira ke nanu go chere gankwan lotina wo ben ke digo chere gankwan piana nyim pa choli ti kwan nyim pa choli ti fu nyim pa choli ti mano dano butia ti wa riem chan wa kilo ba choli.
Thank you so much, Honorable. Her name is Lillian Abar. She is the Honorable Member of Parliament for Woman Member of Parliament for Kitgum District, where we are celebrating the late Archbishop St.Janani Luwum, who died on orders of General Idi Amin Dada. We now have an opportunity, and we would love to get it, to talk to the Honorable Norbert Mao, the Minister for Justice, who is also here. The event has been graced by so many dignitaries, including the Chief Justice, who is already also here with us, and we want to talk to him to get to know. St.Janani Luwum's death is connected to issues to do with human rights, violations and things like that. That was the time Uganda is looked at as a country that was under turmoil. We have the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, also as the General of the Democratic Party. We want to hear from him briefly what this kind of a time Uganda can give to the Ugandans who would wish to have peace like St.Janani Luwum wanted. Honorable, good morning in the first place.
Good morning.
Yes, you're live on UBC TV. What we read tells us that St.Janani Luwum's death is because he advised government, he checked government on what was not going right in line with human rights and good governance. We have cases of complaints of the same today. How do you relate the two situations?
St.Janani Luwum was a national leader who was heading the Anglican Church in Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and what we know as Boga Zaire. In the world, there's two types of courage. There is physical courage and moral courage. Moral courage requires you to take a stand. And he took a stand and condemned misrule, dictatorship, and abuse of power by the government. Today, we have people who use state institutions to abuse power, and we condemn it. We are fighting impunity. I sit in the cabinet of Uganda together with other ministers, and I can say unequivocally that we condemn abuse of power, whether manifested through killing, illegal detention, through kidnaps, through illegal arrests, torture. We all have to condemn abuse of power unequivocally.
Honorable, why do you think we would have illegal detentions, even mere being talked about in an era as we call it .com today in Uganda? Why do you think we would have them? And is mere condemnation enough?
Condemnation is the first step in facing it, because the opposite of condemnation is to acquiesce in it, to collude in it. So right now it is our duty to deal with those elements who are perpetrating that. I don't think the government would continue to be legitimate if it does not condemn the elements who are abusing their power. Therefore, condemning is the first step, because the other thing would be to keep quiet and to pretend that nothing is happening. The government cannot keep quiet when citizens' rights are being abused. So today, as we reflect on the life of St.Janani Luwum, we have to realize that the fight against abuse of power is for everybody. St.Janani Luwum never wanted to be an MP, he never wanted to be president. He just wanted to close the gap between God's will and man's will. Man's will is greed and power. God's will is universal love. St.Janani Luwum's theology is about closing the gap between God's will and man's will. And that's why we are here today.
Honorable, this will be my last one. They may sound light but serious. First of all, how are you fitting in the ministry? It is just a year or something. How are you fitting in? The last time I talked to you, we were at the press conference when you were going to swear in. But how are you fitting in? What is your view about things and how they are faring? Then how is the DP as we wind up?
I think we shall have that conversation another day, not on St.Janani Luwum Day. Thank you very much.
That's the Honorable Norbert Mao, Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs. Yes, St.Janani Luwum was killed on issues related to human rights violation. We really had to talk to him because there are complaints of the same even today. We thank you so much for watching. At this point, His Excellency the President is arriving, and we have to give you the opportunity to witness the arrival and how the whole event is going to fare in. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Michael Jordan Lukomwa. We are still coming to you live. Be part of the event. Thank you so much for watching. Let's welcome the President.
Thank you, choir. Thank you. Your Excellency, you are most welcome to this celebration. Let's clap. I have been advised that we will sing the anthem after, since we are in service. I need to relay this. Now I ask the people to sit, and I will pray, and the Bishop of Kitgum will take up introductions. Please sit. Ubedi, kado alego, ka Bishop Mekit Gumbinu, logo, loka chek, kinyuta chego, polwati ilega, kado ingeye, gigmogomabitiye, aminyeo, walegi. Let us pray. God, we continue to bless your name for this special day. We thank you for Archbishop St.Janani Luwum, whose witness continue to speak even louder today. We thank you for all the pilgrims and everyone who has come, including all who are watching this service live. We thank you for His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, who has safely joined this service. Bless this ground. bless all of us, and bless this nation. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. May I now invite the Bishop of Kitgum, Bishop Wilson Kitara, the host bishop. Bishop Wilson Kitara, mine Bishop Majolo wa long, kiriyik man, wa mida kirani, wa ginilohi, wa glega medem. Bishop Luwum Obigonyo, the Bishop of Northern Uganda, Bishop Godfrey Luwum, you will interpret. Thank you.
Your Excellency, the President of Uganda,
Ladit Lobo, President Me Loboa,
His Grace, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda,
Archbishop Me Church of Uganda,
all dignitaries here. My task is not a long one, it's a simple one. First and foremost, I just wanted to recognize the presence of the religious leaders so that His Excellency know who is here. Your Excellency, amidst us here, we have the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, the Most Reverend Dr. Samuel Kazimba Mugalo. He is here with us.
Archbishop of Church of Uganda, Dr. Stephen Samuel.
And we have a few bishops who has been with him. The most interesting one is from Kasese, the Right Reverend Baluku Nason from South Rwenzori.
Watieki Bishop Nason Baluku, Maino Aki Kasese.
And we have the newest and also the youngest in the Church of Uganda, the Bishop of North Karamoja, Simon Aisu, and Madam is also here.
Watieki Bishop Madong Fudnien Loy Church of Uganda, Mafutki Kwero Chachoke Kachel Kimino, the Bishop Aisu Samuel.
This year has been led by the Diocese of Lango and West Lango, and we have the Bishop of Lango, the Right Reverend Professor Alfred Olwa is here with all the team.
Man Bishop Olwa, man Bishop Me Lao, Pian Diocese Me Lao, Ki West Lao, Enegit Yubuyub Metelo Lega.
And we have the Bishop of Northern Uganda, the Right Reverend Godfrey Luwum and Mama. They are also here.
Bishop Godfrey Luwum Kachel Kimego Otikan.
Your Excellency, we have also retired bishop, but they are not tired. They are here with us, the Right Reverend John Charles Odukami, who retired from Lango.
Jomadong Butiyotigi and Ofutpeagu Ol. Bishop Odukami.
Odukami is a specialist in the bishop with the letter KKK. Because after he retired from Lango, he came to Kitgum and went to Kumi. Next, I don't know where he's going. Thank you so much. We have the Right Reverend Alfred Achu and Mama, who is here, retired Bishop of West Lango.
Alfred Achu, Kachel Kimego, Bishop Me West Lango, Model UAK office.
Your Excellency, the first Bishop of the Diocese of Kitgum is here, the Right Reverend Mark Leod Becker Ochola.
Bishop Mukwa, Me Kitgum Diocese, Mark Becker Ochola.
I am the third Bishop of the Diocese of Kitgum,
and
the Right Reverend Wilson Kitara Mama Kete.
Bishop Wilson Kitara and Bishop Meadek Me Diocese Me Kitgum.
We also have the retired Bishop of Northern Uganda, Bishop Nelson Onora and Mama Brenda. They could not climb here now.
Bishop Machon, Northern Uganda, Bishop Nelson Kachel Kimego.
Your Excellency, amidst us we have His Grace, the Archbishop of the Diocese of Gulu, Archdiocese of Gulu, John Baptist Sodama is here with us.
Archbishop Me Katoli, Me Archdiocese of Gulu, Tie Botwakan.
Your Excellency, this day is unique. I want to tell you, majority of people here walked on foot.
Ladit Joma Pol Magitikan Pol Giwor Gitienge.
And there is one historical who walked alone from Kampala up to here. He is also here. And there is also, you need to know, one of the MP who led a team of pilgrims from northern Uganda, Wagara Simon Peter, who walked and is also among the pilgrims. MP Wagara Simon northern Uganda. And we had people from Boro Boro who walked up to Kitgum, people from northern Uganda and all over this place. Thank you so much. Dano aki Boro Boro in northern Uganda ki kabiri mapat pare Kitgum kain. And then we have our choir. A team from all these dioceses. Watiki choir mo aki dioceses egini weng gen giti botro kain. I have been reminded Mama Christine Kagumba, the Right Reverend Johnson Kagumba is not with us, but Mama is here. Mama, you are welcome. Bishop Johnson Kagumba, me northern Uganda, ento minority kinokan. Your Excellency, personally, I want to thank you so much to have come today here. Especially when I remember a day I had to request you that I have a small committee to meet you. I want to thank you. You granted us permission and we met you. Our leader was His Grace, the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda. And when we met there, you know, you really received us and welcome us. And you also made 1 or 2 action points for us to do, and we did it. It's good for you to get this feedback, and I'm very sure the Minister of Ethics and Integrity is going to tell you more about our meeting. Minister of Ethics and Integrity, but nevertheless, the action points here remaining is the 2 tractors you have promised for the Diocese of Kitgum. And then the 60 million for the circle of St.Janani Luwum. And 2 buses for my congregation to go to the model farm. I think we are working out, the list is ready. I'm sure after this year, we shall fulfill all this. Thank you so much. Bishop Tikapoy will lead President Picheke Mayano Cheke, Lokum Bad, Lokum Tractors Rio, Kilokum chilling million Piarabichel, Me Sako, Kijimi Mukanane, and Tamane Kiradit Yopoye, where Karamomi Lagami. Mine is just to welcome you and to thank you and say, feel at home. We are here. All this congregation you see, they have come because you are coming. God bless you. Thank you so much. Megano Mejolia Jola Keken, Luak Magogore, Kanyagubini will any Tutuale Pian Bungeni in Bibino. 1 or 4 were Julie. And after here, we have only few people to make speeches. And the order would be that after me, the area MP is going to introduce the dignitary she can make and then invite the Minister of State, Ministry of Ethics and Integrity, and thereafter invite His Grace, and His Grace will invite His Excellency. King Elokpa Bishop Eni, member me parliament ma lawyer area eni bilok ka ulogo chibiluo minister me ethics and integrity ka minister biluongo Archbishop me Church of Uganda kadong Archbishop biluongo ladit logo. Last but not least, me agitine is the family of the late St.Janani Luwum. Here, please, you stand up. Family by Janani Luwum, Magitie Ikinwa Kombedi. Your Excellency, led by Ben, Honorable Ben Ukelu Luwum, and the wife is there. Ben Ukelu Luwum, Pachelki, and all other families. You are welcome and thank you. They are here with us. As you speak, you should know they are here. Thank you. Honorable Margaret Lamwaka, you are invited and welcome. We have been informed that this is the platform for you to make your speeches or wherever you can do. God bless you. La member me parliament Maloy area any Honorable Lamwaka Tikabino Mayan Lo Kikan. May we just clap as we welcome our area member of parliament, Margaret Lamwaka. Your Excellency, the Honorable got a small structure. That's why you see She's only using one hand. Thank you. You're welcome.
Your Excellency,
Ladit Lobo,
the President of the Republic of Uganda,
Latela Lobo, Mamewa me Uganda,
Yoweri Kaguta Museveni,
Ladit Yueri,
the Chief Justice,
Langolkop Madid,
His Grace, the Bishop, the Archbishop,
Archbishop,
all the ministers,
Lu ministers Magitikan,
the bishops,
Lu bishops Magitikan,
cultural leaders,
Lutela Metequaro,
ladies and gentlemen.
Kiwunduchu Maugorekan,
My name is Lamwaka Margaret.
Enyela Mwaka Margaret,
I'm the area member of parliament of Chua East Constituency, Kitgum District.
En la Chum Paloak, Mekabedo Eni, Parliament me Uganda.
Your Excellency, today is a great day to everybody in the world, in Uganda, in Kitgum, and especially the people of Muchwini.
Ladit Nero Eni Nero Mapere Tekadada, but Dano Duchumai Wilobo, Dano Duchumai Uganda, Dano Duchumai Kitgum, Tutuale Jomeloak, Mekabedo Eni.
I want to thank you again for sparing this time and accepting the invite of His Grace and the Minister for Ethics for coming here to grace this great occasion.
Ameta tiki kan bene me foni pi jolo luo ma lu yup me yup eni guloi kede me bino chi ye me bino yin kikomi.
Your Excellency, mine is so simple today. It is not my day since it is a prayerful day. I would not wish to waste a lot of time. I want to introduce all the dignitaries who are here, and I must have to welcome them. I want to start with the Chief Justice. Owindolo is also around here.
Endong kumbe tika loka me chako nyutu ludiru madiru magitie kienwa chu chako kila ngol kob madid la ditu windolo.
Your Excellency, we have the Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Ladit Mao is also around.
Eno bino makome Ladit Mao wajoli.
Your Excellency, we have our Senior Minister, Hilary Onek, is also here.
Ladit Hilary Onek bene tie kienwa kan.
Your Excellency, we also have our Secretary General, Ladit Duong, is also here.
Karan Madid me party be NRM Ladit Duong ti kienwa.
Your Excellency, we also have the first son of the late General Tito Kello, Oriem, is also here.
Ladit Minister Oriem, Latin pa General Tito Kello be tie kienwa kan.
Your Excellency, we have the Minister of State for Northern Uganda is also here with us.
Minister of State Maloyo Kumalame Uganda.
We also have the Minister of State. We have the Minister of State, Akello, is also around here. Akello Beatrice Akori.
Akello Beatrice Akori, Minister of State, Betie Kinokan.
Your Excellency, we also have the host, the ministry which is hosting us here. Honorable Akello Roslili, Ethics and Integrity, is also here.
Minister of State, Ethics and Integrity,
Your Excellency, we also have my predecessor, my senior.
Rwanda, Burundi, and Bogazaire, you are all welcome to Wegweng, Muchinyi Kitgum District for this year's national celebration on Thursday, 16th February. Come and we learn from the example of his faith and testimony. Strength at a life-transforming message as we reflect on the late Archbishop St.Janani Luwum and encouraged unity and working together for peace and national development. This message is brought to you by the Directorate for Ethics and Integrity, Office of the President, providing leadership in rebuilding ethics and integrity for sustainable national development.
That is why we are here. Madam Mama Mabira, we appreciate you and we thank you.
Mego bitres anywa utiugin mapere tek madapien ena yo yabutelok ni neno ni enimiyor ke wego bed neno mapar meke to wore kum Janani Luwum malaminwa uchwako en motion enoni chido doko chi kombedi.
Your Excellency, we have the great worker, Wagarach, who walked all the way, Wagarach Simon, who walked, Honorable Wagarach, who walked all the way from Gulu to here with the pilgrimages, and he has decided to sit with them, but I hope he's not going to remain there. He should go where honorable members are.
Watiki Honorable Wagarach, mayan warni chaka wakigulu, ubino wakany, kibene otamani mier berikin lu wot lu wore, ento tika leko nani mier do timbe, uchero berikin lu don lu wore.
Your Excellency, we have Honorable Amos Okot of Agago North is also present with us here.
Amos Okot, member me parliament me Agago North.
Your Excellency, we have Honorable Abel Lillian, the woman member of parliament for Kitgum district is also here with us.
Honorable Abe, me Kitgum tiekin wakan.
Your Excellency, we have Honorable Achora Nancy, the woman member of parliament of Lamour, is also here with us.
Honorable me Lamour tikinwa.
Your Excellency, we also have the woman member of parliament for Noya district, Honorable Judith Achan, is also here with us.
Judith Peace Achan, me Noya benetiekin wakan.
Your Excellency, we also have the woman member of parliament for Gulu City, Mego Aol Betty Ochan, the former leader of opposition in the 10th parliament of Uganda.
Mego Betty Ochan me Gulu, kibene la tela pa joma tamgi pat ki pagamente I parliament mukar.
Your Excellency, we also have former members of parliament who have come here and they are seated somewhere. I saw Honorable Lowilla Okedayot of the district is also around with us here.
Jomukene machon benegitiekin wakan, magubedo members me parliament.
Your Excellency, as it has been said, that my work is to only introduce the dignitaries. But I must have to thank you for the decision that you have made that Muchwini Wigweng should be a tourist site and a great matter ground, that by 2027 we shall not be sitting under this, but we shall be sitting under the permanent and remarkable ground here.
Amete dati ki karne me foni pikati kitam ni don lobo mirubini kabedoman weka bedeno bed kama joma gi aki kama bojo gi bino kanene ye ping tutwale joma gi bini lok medini kibedong ni mwaka pia rio ya bero no kando loke mapat mapeno do kwati ki tens ento no do kwati ki odi mabejo mano do chungkan.
And I must also thank you for having declared this day to be a public holiday, and I want to appreciate and thank Church of Uganda and every Christian community, especially the sister Christian communities where the Catholic Church is involved, and none other than Dr. Bishop Odama is always here with us to commemorate this day.
Ameta foi bene pi mokotami ni nero matinu bed nero me yueyo pi Uganda ukulo. Ki ameta foi bene Church of Uganda pi neno neni yup eni tie kit matike dene. Kachel kilu megene mokene machalo katoli. Makara kikara waripe kedi kany. Makara do ikine ene Archbishop John Baptist Odama mai mwaka kimwaka no ripekedwa ilega ine.
Your Excellency, I must also thank the district cadre of Gulu, who is always supportive. They are always supporting, and is also here because by the time they were introducing the clergyman, he had not yet arrived, and as he was arriving, he couldn't really walk very fast. He is also here with us.
District kadi me actually matie kienwakan mayen bene kara ke kare ripe kedwa chama no kitia nyuto dano no en kome food pere chubedi tent mukene chane.
Your Excellency, Kitgum district is fine, but part of it is not so fine. We still have the disturbances from the Karamojong raiders where Orom and Namokora, part of Umia Nyima, Umia Pachua, Inagago, up to Abim side are not resting. They have continued and continuously raiding and killing our people. Your Excellency, we want your immediate intervention to see that we also have the peace which other people of Uganda are having, and we know you are the peacemaker.
Ladit Kitgum Timabe, ento buremu kene petimabe. Kabere machalo rom dokere malo dong tungwai karamoja, pero tikuno malo yak diay gibino giyako, chi lega wati bori ni in bene mirikate kilagam mo yoruyod. Wek Johnny enoni bene gubet kikuj, machalo but Uganda mukenene.
Your Excellency, our neighbor, our brother, South Sudan, where you endeavored and you work very hard to make sure that they have independence, are also another big problem to Kitgum district and Lamore district.
Pero wamukene a kiloga to South Sudan. Kon ini yele matek menena ni gen gubet kikuj be gubet kilot ken gikuno ento pero wamukene ma yelo Kitgum kila mo a kiloga kuno.
Your Excellency, with these few remarks, allow me invite the Minister of Ethics and Integrity to come and introduce our colleagues officially, and if possible, I would say she will ground what I might have not said, because I may mix what is to be done today. Today is a prayerful day, and we have all been blessed that when we are going, we go with peace when we are changed. Thank you very much.
Yedong wakalung Minister me Ethics and Integrity wakendo bilok lok mukene dong magwakaro kene no anpa loko tini uberuni no melega. Okay.
Your Excellency,
Ladit Lobo,
the President of the Republic of Uganda,
President May Uganda,
the Honorable Chief Justice,
Langolkob Madit,
all Cabinet Ministers,
Lu Ministers,
Honorable Members of Parliament,
Lu Member me Parliament,
His Grace the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda,
Archbishop me Church of Uganda,
my Lord Bishops and religious leaders from all denominations,
Bishops Duchu Maaki Dud Mapatpat,
all the traditional and cultural leaders,
Lutela me Tekwaro,
all permanent secretaries present,
Ludirmadon Pagamente Machalo Permanent Secretary,
all the resident district commissioners present,
RDCs Magitikan,
all the district chairpersons present,
Lutela Wigikomi me districts Magitikan,
all protocol observed. Your Excellency, I want to request that you give me some little 1 minute so that I can recognize some of the people that my sister has not recognized. I am going to recognize in full all the members, some of them who are not recognized and those ones who are recognized.
Amiro nyutubori dano dujumadong kinyurugi bori kiwa mapeki nyurugi bori bene.
Your Excellency, we have the Chief Justice here, His Lordship Alphonse Owindolo.
Watie ki langolkop madid Alphonse Owindolo ikinwa.
We have the Secretary General of the Mighty Party, Honorable Richard Todong.
Watike karan madid pa party me NRM Honorable Todong.
We have the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs, Honorable Norbert Mao.
Minister Maloy Lokum Chik Honorable Norbert Mao tikinwa kan.
We have the Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Okello Oryem.
Minister of State Pikop Mawaro Honorable Oryem tikinwa.
We have the Minister for Disaster Preparedness, Honorable Engineer Hilary Onek.
Minister Maloy Lokum Perma Poratura Engineer Onek.
We have the Minister of State for Northern Uganda, Honorable Grace Kwitwin.
Honorable Grace, Minister of Northern Uganda.
We have the Minister of State for Economic Monitoring, Honorable Beatrice Akelo Akori.
Manma Mekwa.
We have the Deputy IGG, Dr. Patricia Okiria Achan.
Deputy IGG, Tiekenwa.
Your Excellency, we have the district residence commissioners. Can you rise up to wave to our president? We also have the district chairpersons.
Lutelame districts Magitie Kenwa.
Your Excellency, we have our new young generation, the one they call the Baskulu, who have come here to pray with us, to share the word of God about our mentor, our matter. They are seated somewhere, they can get up and wave to the president. Your Excellency, I want to take this opportunity to welcome all the people to this 46th commemoration of St.Janani Luwum Day.
Ladita mira ti kikare ene me jolo dano duchu magubino iyup man me pirangwen ya bichel ma wiwa po pikwo pa Janani Luwum.
And I thank you all for honoring this 20th century matter.
Ono mira fui matek pi miwara ikom la chadendre mo ene.
I want to thank government of Uganda and especially the president for making this a national day and a public holiday in honor of the second Archbishop of Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Bonga Zaire, who was brutally murdered in 1977 by the military government.
Amita fo benegamente me Uganda, me weko neno enu beru neno ma kiworo Uganda kulu, doko beru neno me yueu pidano duchu, pidano wa makinero yo maya line, iching gamente mano petiu kiktwero ne mabe.
Your Excellency, this commemoration brings together believers from all denominations, government and the diplomatic corps, the international community, civil society, the private sector and Ugandans from all walks of life.
Aladit gorani enikelu dano maaki kabere pat gamente lutela dini lutela tekwaro jo magibino magiaki lo maworo magitie wakan kijo mapola ta.
We are all united in honoring, celebrating, and giving thanksgiving for the testimony, the martyrdom, and example of Archbishop Janani Luwum as a compelling role model for Uganda and the world.
Wan wagore kan me nwakotam ikum jimi mabeju ma chaden mabeju ma Janani Luwum uweke kinwa.
It is important that our youth are told about this history of Uganda, and I thank people such as Ambassador Olarao Tunu, who have written books about the life of Archbishop Janani Luwum. Thank you so much.
Pere tekni bulu wa mier jom lutino ma meko mier gunge ko pa Janani Luwum kit mayano ko okede. Doken miero foyo Olarao Tunu, Ambassador Olarao Tunu pichoy book machimu lok mugo ikum Janani Luwum.
Your Excellency, I want to thank you for the guidance which you gave during the meeting you had with His Grace, the Archbishop of Church of Uganda, and the Bishop of Kitgum Diocese regarding the development of this burial site at Gweng Muchini into an international pilgrimage center.
Ameta fui la dit pitam maini mio ikarma Archbishop kachil ki Bishop me Kitgum ki jomo kena go cherbori pilok mamako kabedo eni wek in ki il ubed manoti wairom makaru ilobo okulo wek dano ki gore kani kabedo manoti ki yubo mabe.
Your Excellency, I wish to inform you that the master plan for the site development is ready.
Amitini awaj bori dong tini master plan me kabedo eni dong tie makome.
Awaiting for the funding from government to start the work.
Dong tika koro chene keken ki bod gamente wek ti do chake.
The target was to have the development completed by 2027, Your Excellency.
Tam tieni don lobo makanyi miro tumo by mwaka me piario ya biro.
Your Excellency, I thank the Church of Uganda, which works closely with the government every year in organizing this commemoration.
La dita mira fo Church of Uganda makara ki kare mwaka ki tiu ka chel ki gamente meneno kit me yupu yup ene.
I thank the National Organizing Committee led by the Directorate for Ethics and Integrity and the Provisional Secretary of the Church of Uganda.
Entika mi ufoit board National Organizing Committee kachel ki Church of Uganda.
And the local organizing committee based here in Kitgum.
Ki committee magen gitie pajo I Kitgum kan.
Chaired by Canon Gladys Oyat.
Ma Canon Gladys Oyat ene yetele wigi.
Who have all worked hard to organize a befitting commemoration function.
Magen gutiu matek meneno nene yup eno bedo mamonya kit matikere ni.
Your Excellency, I want to thank you so much in honoring this invitation and coming here personally to grace this occasion. Thank you so much. Now it is my pleasure, Your Excellency, to invite His Grace, the Archbishop of Church of Uganda, to come and invite you so that you can speak to your people. Thank you so much.
Archbishop of Church of Uganda, where Endo been were located.
Allow me to appreciate the Minister of Ethics and Integrity for that wonderful speech and for welcoming His Excellency and the way she has welcomed all men and women of God. I want to observe and respect the protocol the way she had mentioned it. Thank you very, very much.
And Mero for your minister, the Yelene, Kitty Matek, Magen Gutiu, men and any youp and obey kede, Kibene tika for your end, Pijolodano or Duchu, Ikingi, Ladit Lobo.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, General Kaguta Museveni, you are welcome and we appreciate you for honoring our invitation to come.
Ladit President Uganda, General Museveni, wamete wafui pi jalukarni mebino kaberukedwa.
You have already got my speech, I'm summarizing it. We are grateful to this gathering which is coming here to honor the man who died for what he believed, especially the faith, the third Archbishop of the Church of Uganda.
Iwayom pi gore man ma wagore ma wiwapo kede kwa Archbishop me adek me Church of Uganda, St.Janani Luwum.
Once again, we are so grateful to the government of Uganda for recognizing the importance of this man and what he contributed to this country.
Wamete ni wafo government me Uganda tutwal pi moko kiketu woro ikomneno ni eni pi foyo
and for making 16th February a public holiday. Your Excellency, we are extremely grateful.
Let us
appreciate that as we clap. This man, we remember, who actually had extraordinary gifts.
Janani Luwum no berodano matiki mot makirepat.
He spearheaded holistic, political, spiritual, social, economic transformation. And for that we are so grateful. I want to appreciate the Chief Justice, Honorable Funso Owinidoro, and Ambassador Olorotun, who came to us and met the bishops in order to work together to ensure that this man is really remembered and given a befitting memorable services.
Amero for your Chief Justice, the Dito Wingdolo, Kachel ki Olara Tuno, ma en Olara Tuno, ayo o board Church of Uganda, kag nyamotam, meneno kidyo makirama wekoneno eni.
And these were emphasized to be done by our church together with our partners.
Church of Uganda
developing a befitting memorial for Archbishop Janani Luwum here at Muchwini. And we thank you very, very much, Your Excellency, for pledging support for these projects. Also organizing an annual food pilgrimage every year. Organizing annual memorial lectures.
Fonye ma ki timu beru mwaka ki mwaka mano fonye ne kemu kwa pa Janani Luwum.
And yesterday there was a wonderful memorial lecture. So thank you very, very much, those our facilitators.
Lawo la kodi fonye makumeno beru tie mo beru be mada umero mi ufoj ma dit bot lu fonye mago beru tie lawo.
And the Professor Orwa who was there on behalf of the House of Bishops. Thank you very much.
We agreed
on having activities in every diocese organized for Janani Luwum Day. We agreed on having school monument, all others in every diocese to this effect. Every diocese to have something to remember this man.
Schools wow weng Mathieu diocese so weng miergu betki mo mapoyo widano ikom Janani Luwum.
And also giving generously every 16th February.
Kibedong meme a joke.
Every church.
Weng mano kanicha duchu kachela chel.
Because not everybody can be here. And all the giving all over the Church of Uganda should be directed towards the development of this place.
All
this is meant for the legacy of this man. And thank you, Your Excellency, for the pledge you have really made to support. Like we have always supported Namugongo Matters site, we are so grateful. But Your Excellency, as we really try to keep the legacy of this man, this man was a teacher. He's the one who mentored Archbishop Henry Orombi, Archbishop St.Janani New York. This is the man who mentored them.
Janani Luwum Julu, Archbishop Orombi, St.Tamu Matieka Tijwa, England.
But the school where he went for teachers training college, which is called Canon Lawrence. Primary Teachers College.
Ma kama kifonye magibino kafonye lutino me
He is one of those that are fronted for closing.
in schools makumbe di yup tie me lorgio.
We request Your Excellency, because when we are elevating and honor this man and close the school where he started, we are killing his legacy.
La did wano miro leki ni tami eni miro ki loko. Pian ka kitika ilunying Luwum malo eto doki loro gangkwan kama yano kwano ki yeo.
Instead,
Instead
the government should come in to elevate this school instead of closing it.
Meka loro school eni gamente tuaro bin ki yup mu kene me don school eno ni edoke.
So we pray that Your Excellency, you will give that attention.
Walegi ni kong iningi loke eni mabe.
Also, for the legacy of this man,
Bene jim mu kene me poyuiwa ikom chaden paluum.
We appreciate you all for building an income-generating project in Kampala, which is called St.Janani Luwum Church House.
Amero for un duchu pi gedu ot matie Kampala makelu chene chinka nicha makiluoni St.Janani Luwum House.
Your Excellency, we thank you for the support, and from all of God's people, thank you very much for the support you have given us.
Pameto foi la dit lobo pi koin maini mio ki un mu kana ni duchu pi kit gimo ke kan maini mio pi yup enone.
And yesterday, there was a signet put on that building yesterday which says St.Janani Luwum Church House.
La wo ki kero choj ma dit eni kom ot enone makichoy ye maleng manen mabe ni St.Janani Luwum Church House.
So I want to introduce the Church Commissioner, CEO. Thank you very much for that work.
Amiru nyutu ngat maloy Church Commissioners and committee kinokan.
But we have been paying our debt of 60 billions.
Wabere kachulu chene wa maromo den manotie wi wa maromo billion piara bichel.
And now we are remaining with the 16 billions.
Kumbede dong wa dong ki billion apara bichel wi wa.
Our appeal to the government is to pay us the compensation of the land at Makerere, because the valuer made this report in December 2021. Up to now, we haven't got anything. When we get that money, we clear the debt, but also do other projects.
Alivario ke piero yo achiel eto wa kombedi chene ne pe akimine wa chene eno ne kano wa no ramo chulu banya ini tiego kidok ramo konyo wa metiuti.
I make an appeal that in this year's budget the Church of Uganda appear there among the trillions of money, also the 41 billion appears to clear these debts.
Aneno budget me Uganda, Church of Uganda nye tie manyuti budget me Uganda ni olo chene mau bibino bor Church of Uganda tie pilok mengom chane.
This man died for the purposes of keeping biblical values.
Luwum to pi tien lok megwako guri many ye.
Advocacy for social justice.
Kimechwalo duan wako pi jemi madiu ko palwak.
And other things.
Ki jemi mukenane.
Now we want to request to Your Excellency to give attention to what you have already started, because we have the homosexuals and other voices attacking our nation. We request that that bill which was signed, it is against homosexuality, it should be revisited and be signed again.
Wando tika legini chik mone mano geo lok metet guni mir doki duk cheni parliament weki signing udok chik magwako lutienwa.
Like St.Janani Luwum,
machala St.Janani Luwum
was bold.
No enu loko la boy luor mo.
We want to call ours also to be bold.
One bene wa mirni one be wa bed
and fight all the voices that will kill our nation. But as a church, we are ready to offer some pastoral counseling to people who are going astray so that we straighten them. Lastly, we want to invite Your Excellency to support us in the mindset change programs. Especially for people of this region and the Karamoja region. We suggest compulsory, forceful, free education.
One walego ni katwere miero kibet kidich meneno ni latin kwan lutino miero kiguchere gang kwan kitek.
So that these issues would be taught in schools, especially how to coexist with others.
Mano en funy mabejo kitene kifunyo kilutino kit magen giramo ko kede kachel kijomo kenene.
Thank you so much for coming.
And
I want to appreciate all for Ministry of Ethics and Integrity.
For Ministry Ethics and Integrity.
And all leaders here for what they have done today. May I take this singular honor to invite Your Excellency to come and address your children, your people. Thank you so much.
Kopango Luak Me Acholi.
How are you, the people of Acholi?
And Uganda Duchu.
And all Uganda.
His Lordship, the Chief Justice. His Grace, the Archbishop.
Ladit Archbishop.
And all the other dignitaries. And the people who came for this day and those who are watching. I feel sad when I come to a function like this.
And I remember,
yes. I remember people who died when it was absolutely unnecessary. You know, these people you are talking about are people I worked with myself personally.
Jo ene maunutika lore komgene mano bedo dano ma anatiu kedgi wang ki wang.
Maybe not St.Janani Luwum himself, but many others.
Janani Luwum pe en kikome ento jomo kene mano gitiki kere kachiel.
Like we used to work with the Archbishop Sabiti, who was senior to this one.
Eno tiyuki Archbishop Sabiti mano dok eno telo nyim Archbishop Janani Luwum.
And all the other people who died, Ben Kiwanuka,
Oriema,
the Inspector General of Police,
Mano en la dit we abili.
The Alexander
Latim bene,
Gino Obonyo,
Lagitu Bonyo,
Martin Okelo MP from West Nile.
Ki Okelo MP mano NA ki West Nile.
These are all people whom we worked with, who were younger, of course, but we were working with them.
Man joma anatiu kedgi eno tiri dok mere manok ento etiu kedgi.
Even Amin himself.
Kedewa en Amin kikome.
When we were in NUSU, National Union of Students,
e karmano en futie I National Union of Students nyo dul palotien kwan.
We were interacting with these people.
Unogin girwate kar ki joine.
With the Kabaka Mutesa.
Ki Kabaka Mutesa.
So, because of you, the Barokari would say Setani,
One machalo moro kole karo kene wawai ni pien chatana yo timu jemi mwana.
But for me, I call it ideological confusion.
Eto kitung bore ene nero ni meno tam magora ye.
I think Satan is a big ideological confuser.
Satan beru chalo tam monyene.
He find these people are killing one another.
Johnny enegiti anekene kin kikekenge.
Idi Amin and some of his people, they had the idea that if you kill people, you will succeed.
Idi Amin ki jomo kene gubere ki tam magor ne ka ini nego dano chidong inde inogi na inerne.
Even the others, instead of sitting down and talking, like for instance the conflicts between Mutesa and Obote, then Amin, all these they were absolutely unnecessary. Because I was there, I was there. I was a member of DP, and so when I see this Mao that is DP, I say, what sort of DP is this one? Where Museveni is not a member.
Ero bere kawajini tele mogo mo beru tie logo ai kinu bore ki jomo kene ana mingi tele mogo mano tere pere makonye pe ikare enuni uno enti la DP maka ene nero la dit Mao me DP wai ki DP ango ini.
So this was really very unfortunate.
Mane no beru gin me gumaraj madam.
And a lesson to Uganda.
Dok beno mi robet me phone bot Ugandans
to Africa.
Africa kulo.
That these mistakes are not necessary.
Ne la koritim makiti eni permite.
So I feel sad because all these people died for no good reason. A big number of people, because if you go through the list, Bataringaya, Wakori, people like James Ochora, all those people like the MP from Gulu, the Minister of Information.
And we knew Malira Dada, Pito, Padano Maguto, and Tomo.
Was he called Ojera?
Ojera, Alex.
Yes. All those.
Ning daro mayano berka kwano gi machalo Jera Alex gi kijomo kena makinero gini no permite ni jone enoni.
We are talking about St.Janani Luwum, but it was a big number of people, prominent people, who died for no good reason.
Tini ni watika lok pi St.Janani Luwum eto ti daro ma pol magidon maguto la boy tien lokumo.
Now, so I feel sad when I see this is really.
Chiman and we knew malit madam juero chine kai tamola kudilok makman.
But at the same time, I feel happy.
Kadibet kumeno and bene olono yom chin mo.
Because of two reasons.
Pitien loga rio.
First of all, we avenged the death of these people. And I'm very proud to be part of that group that avenged the death of all these people who died for no good reason.
Ne mie yom chini gen bene gichulu ko pijo eni magen guto igini. Dok ene bedu ngarachil motimo ologi mo meneno nene remoyo no muchwene gichulu wine.
Because God supported us. And we defeated all these killers. That's why we are here now, remembering
where we were poor,
and I want to salute all people who contributed to the fight for the freedom of Uganda. Secondly, when I landed near the air at a school here, near here, I was happy to see this tarmac road. I had not come here since the road was finished. I knew that the road would go from Oruyo to Anaka to Gulu to Achoribur to Kitugum to a place called Musingo.
And no taking it ni gudi eni Aki Anaka, Bino Gulu, Bino Kitgum Kan, Chikaro Chero is Singo.
Now, I didn't know that Musingo, to go to Musingo, you pass near Muchwini. So when the helicopter was going around, I said, have these people got lost? I saw a tarmac road. Then when I landed, that's when I knew that to get to Musingo, you must pass near Muchwini, the martyrdom place of Archbishop St.Janani Luwum. Karmadong dego pie ene dong wie de chago niang ni Muchwini tie yo ibut yo makaro chero isingo. So by building this tarmac road, we are doing Donglobo, but also remembrance of contributed to the remembrance of St.Janani Luwum. Ketolam eni man bene yo achiel mekelo don lobe kabedowa ki bene me ario mepoyo wiwa ikom St.Janani Luwum. So therefore, it's good that we are celebrating and remembering. Piman piertek ni be kawano bino mawapoyo wiwa kiteni. Now, all those people are now somewhere. Jo eno ni duchu dongitie kamo olo. Ida mean must be somewhere. Amin olotiki kabere ne mo bene. And those who are killing people. You know what the Bible says. There is this bad place and the other good place. I don't know whether the two sides can communicate or you can see what's happening on the other side. I don't know what Idi Amin is saying or thinking or doing now. Because whatever he did, he failed. And he's remembered negatively. St.Janani Luwum died, yes, but he's remembered positively. So this is really a big lesson to all people. Because when you hear saying that we are Christians, we are followers of Christ, or followers of Muhammad. When Christ was on earth, there were other people there. Some will remember them negatively. Like Caiaphas. You remember Caiaphas? I think Caiaphas was a sort of archbishop or something like that. But a bad one. And we remember him negatively, Caiaphas. Then there is Herod. The ones who killed the children. Then he killed John the Baptist. So, Jesus, we value. Herod, we curse. Yesu kipo pire pigir mabejo kigum ento Herod kipo wipoi kome pigemi marajo kilam mayan charkere. There were also cowards like Pontius Pilate. No benetielu luoro mogo machalo Pontius Pilate. Pontius Pilate Pilato no la luoro did not want to kill Jesus. Enno chine pemirne ko Yesu. But when the Jews insisted, he said, okay, you kill him, the blood is on your head. He just... Big coward, that one. I don't know how you remember Pontius Pilate as a what? As a coward? So, our being here should show people that evil does not pay. that straightforwardness pays.
That's
why we are here. Therefore, I thank all the pilgrims who come, because by so doing they are actually continuing to educate us.
Now
I am sorry to hear about the Karamojong raiders continuing to disturb this area.
The
Honorable Henry Okero Lium had told me about it 2 times or 3 times.
Honorable Okelo Riem no do wache tianario adek benodo.
And Rusi, no, the woman MP has repeated it now.
Kedok bene kombedi owinyo kibot member me parliament makanyo.
Now, because Henry Okero Oriem had told me like 3 times.
Henry Okelo Riem no wajo bore dong nemchalo kidek.
About these cattle raids.
When I
landed at the school there, I asked the division commander.
Division commander.
Because he was there. With the police commander. I said, these raids. Then the division commander said, Manok. This Manok is for what? So actually, it is because I left very early in the morning. I wanted to ring Henry Okero Riem. And I now direct the RDCs. But maybe coordinated by Okero Riem and the Minister for Northern Uganda, Kuyuchin. I want a detailed report of these raids. Day by day and place. Because when I talked to army commander, they say, oh, small, Manok. But this Manok is for what?
And watching near Dom Jomo can any report.
You call it Manok or what? Small?
Manok. Yes.
Okay. You see, my choice, don't despise me. I'm coming up.
Yeah, and me report dom ki board Jomo can pian lu dirumon ki abili pegiti a me report ma begi why manonok. Ento manonok mono ki come.
We have the capacity to finish all this nonsense. We have everything. There is no reason why anybody should cause trouble and continue.
Entiki geni wan kero tie ma romo gengo gineno nu yora dada permit any armo very chan.
Like when I met some of the leaders at Barilegi, but I have got a small place somewhere, your government small lodge at Barilegi.
Carmone enorwata ki dani Barilegi kama enti yeki gang kuno.
And I met these commanders and the leaders.
And then orwata kuno kilu dirumoin, kilu dirabili, kilu tela.
And so, oh, raid. But if somebody has raided, get him. Because the government has got so much capacity. For instance, I remember at Bariregi, we called the policeman. Where is the police commander? I saw him. Come on that microphone there, police commander.
Police commander kamatiye ni ubin kind kama microphone tiye.
We can't go on with small problems. It's not necessary. Okay, police, you move fast. Go. Microphone. What's your name? Introduce yourself.
Superintendent of Police, Oyesije Peter.
Oyesije.
Yes, sir.
Oyesije means you trust God.
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't know whether we should trust you or what.
His Excellency, you have to trust me, sir.
Oh, okay. We shall see. Now, when I was at Baregi, I asked you police people, you have got police dogs. Police dogs can follow the track of somebody who has done something wrong here. How long can they walk? Do you know or you don't know?
We know, sir.
No, you tell the people here.
His Excellency,
remove your mask so they can hear properly. Remove your mask.
His Excellency, sir, we have canine, what we call dog tracking. So in case of any incident that happens, we use those canine dogs to trace the criminals where they are passed through, and we trace them, we arrest them, sir.
How long can they walk? How long can they walk?
The distance is for 10 kilometers, sir.
10 kilometers, they can walk without stopping?
Yes, sir.
Without getting tired?
Yes, sir.
So why don't you use them to trace these people?
His Excellency, sir, we are using them, and sometimes our operation becomes successful using those dogs, sir.
So, this is just a small example. These people have the capacity to trace any troublemaker. Like we must have had people who were killing people in Masaka some time ago, who were cutting people. You trace them up to his bedroom. The dog will trace you. This is not only the dogs, but also other means, the technical. UAVs, we have got aircraft which fly by themselves.
La ditika wachini man eni la bol ni kero me lupuko lu bal tie.
So
makati you kere mabe la bal mo ke ken ki bimako ka oti mo bal mo ken.
You go and sit down. Now I am going to tell these army people and the police.
Kumbedi dong la ditika chekene eni bi mako jone ki tola chek.
I don't want to hear this issue of insecurity in Karamoja or in the neighboring areas. Now, in the middle of March, I will myself come to these areas, come to Barlegi, camp there, go to Karamoja, camp there. If they have not solved that problem, I will solve it.
Idueme adek ene en la dit lobo ki komo bibino ka bedi region kan bibedi Baralegi kamite nyor romachier bene bedi Karamoja ka jone poti ko perani ci ene de bibino ka tiekone.
Now the next point I want to mention using this occasion
lok mu kene matamani miero alori ye ko bedi ni
are the two Acholi words.
Ene ye lo Acholi ario mone.
Achel Donglobo.
Mukwa Lokme Don Lobo.
Ario Lonyo.
Second is wealth.
So I'm speaking Achol and he's translating in English. You, especially you the elite.
Un jomadok ka uluni, un ma kie maloni.
You, the Jokwano, is that what we call them?
Yes.
Are they Jokwano or
Jomukwano? Jomukwano.
You, the Jomukwano. You are the ones confusing our people.
Un Jomukwano ne une yotika nywena with Dano.
And for the Jomukwano, I include many people. I don't want to mention. And I know this. because in the 1960s, when I finished my A-levels, 1966, that's why I'm telling you that we are working closely with these people whom we are talking about here, the ones who are killed. But when I finished my A-level, 1966, using the knowledge I had got through the school system, I was able to go back to the villages and help our people there. And I helped them on two issues. I was not alone, we had a group of students. Some of them died in our wars. First of all, we helped them on the issue of nomadism. Because Banyankole were as nomadic as this Karamojong you see. So we're able to show them the danger in nomadism. And show them that it's not necessary. That it's better they settle in one place and they solve problems there. But the second problem we helped them with was the problem of what I've been telling you in Acholi, the problem of teach, me each, keken. Where you only work for the stomach and you don't work for the pocket. And even when you work for the pocket, you do so with chura, so that you get rid of chan. So you, the Jomukwano, the elite, when you talk to people who want roads, want schools, want hospitals, okay, all those are Donglobo. There is now a tarmac road here. This is Donglobo. Are there no more Jachan people, people of Chan near the road? Has the tarmac road finished Chan here? Chan Tie. Tie Kwene.
Where is the poverty now?
Chan Tie in the home.
Poverty is now in the homes.
Home is Pacho?
Pacho like this.
Chan Tie Pacho.
Poverty is now at the home level.
The tarmac road is there.
Gudilam Geretie.
But if you don't use the tarmac road to do lonyo,
or to look for wealth,
Donglobo would be there. The Yo Maber will be there.
Good roads, not here.
Yotcom, hospitals, health centers.
No Yotcom Benetiepian Odiadi not here.
Schools.
Gaikwan not here.
But in your home, you will still have Chan.
Etonoki Gaiwa, no Dano Fudlu Chan.
If you go to Kampala, all the tarmac roads are everywhere. But some of the most poor people are in Kampala. So please, Joe Mukwano, I appeal to you. Listen carefully to the message of the NRM on Lonyo. Lonyo, P, Dano, Ot, Acher.
Wealth for everyone.
Every house.
Every house.
Ot is house.
Ot.
Is house.
Or Achel.
Okay.
Yes.
This is really the message of the NRM. Yes, you can talk about Donglobo. But you can actually have Lonyo even in areas where there is no Donglobo. For instance, Karangara district in the lake.
Labole Kalangala district, Mathieu, Lake Victoria.
They don't have tarmac roads like they have in other places. But they have taken it to palm oil growing. And they are now much richer than many parts of Uganda. Bundubujo was for a long time with a bad road, no electricity. But they had palm oil. They had coffee. They had cocoa. And they were rich even if the Donglobo was not so good in the area. So please, help us, the Jomukwano, help us by emphasizing the message of Lonyo with Chura. Now, in the book of Genesis, when God created man, he gave him 2 mandates. One mandate was to multiply and fill the earth, which the Ugandans do very well. But the second commandment was to establish dominion over nature. Establish dominion over the creations. And the NRM is always pushing that line. When we talk of education, we talk of health, we talk of Lonyo, wealth, we talk of poor manyen, not poor machon, modern farming, not the olden farming. We are in the same line of established dominion over nature. Now, we have decided now to intensify the program of irrigation. So please also look out for that. There are plans for everywhere. They will be approaching you to support and participate in that program. Here in the north, there is that scheme near the river near Gulu.
Ati kamoni inget gulu kama yuk makitene do chakaye.
What is that small river there? The one near Gulu? Going to Oya. It's called what? Not Aswa, there's the other
Aswa,
one.
okay. Aswa down there.
No, not Aswa, there's the smaller one near
Onyama?
Near Gulu. Then there is
Toji.
Tochi.
Yeah.
Tochi. There is a scheme there.
Yuk makitene dong tika time Toji.
There is a scheme in Olwey, in Lango.
Tika time bene yo Lweng matie lao.
Irrigation.
Any man fu maki tiu kipi.
There should be a scheme in Agoro.
Mokena ki yubi Agoro.
So here we are telling you Ugandans.
Any man no one watika kilo Uganda kikome.
That with irrigation,
fu en man mano tiu kipi maki yuaya ne mapat ki machue chalokot.
You can grow crops during the dry season and the wet season.
Yo enone ka tiu kere itu ero petu kodi kere ka kot pere di or kitene.
One of the cleverest tribes in Africa
kaki ikin kaki madong riak loeki Africa kan
are the Basoga.
Ubedu jo Basoga.
The other tribes, Banyankore, Achoris,
Petie karamukene ma riak chalo jone.
They westwards.
Gen gibalo mere luak lok ma polata.
Like the Banyankore.
Chalo Banyankole di lok giduong.
They have got so many words.
Gitiki luak lok mere ma polata.
Rain, they call Enjura.
God giluo en kitayana wajene. Enjura.
Water running on the ground. That's why you hear in Rinyoro Toro here Nyanjura, Kenjura.
Mer kita kiluo ke demo kana tu Bunyoro area me
the names with people Nyanjura.
Nyanjura. Don't give me up, give me mera.
There's a mad opposition guy called Nyanjura.
Jo matung tung Bunyoro giluo dak mapapa manok ento no chochoke kendi.
It means she was born during the rain.
Kita giluo ke de court.
And they have got so many words for water.
Gitie ki lok mapola ta e kompi bene. Nying pi mapola ta.
The Banyankole.
En gen je Banyankole.
They are choices also.
Actually bene gitiki nying mapola ta pipi.
Rain they call court.
Kore one court.
Water pi.
Man madong tie ngome kiluoni pi.
Water running on the ground alele.
Pi manotika mol anyone luoni kalele.
But the Basoga said, please don't waste our time.
No, ki Busoga gen giwa ni balo kar padano.
So rain they call Amadi. They call it water. Rain is called water.
Court bene bator Johnny Chan Basoga giluoni court nipi.
All of them, rain, water on the ground, in the river, it is all Amadi, because the Basoga said, don't waste our time, it is all water.
Johnny gen pe balo chawa gi machue ni be pi madong tie ngome be pi matie kulu ni be pi gen wen pi.
Whether the water is coming as rain,
kono tika bino machalo court,
whether it is coming as alele,
nyo tika bino machalo flood or running water,
the one in the river,
unyo matie kulu,
it is all water.
When P kibot Basoga.
Amadi. So I think we should really adopt the Chisoga way.
So Riago and Palabusoga and then Chalo Gilmabe.
Knowing that the water is needed all the time.
Many any P meet a cha weng
throughout the year.
We weng.
And if it's not coming by court, we shall bring it. We shall bring it by irrigation. It is a big shame for Africa to hear that there is a war in Ukraine. Africans are dying of hunger because they have no food. Imagine.
Ukraine.
God will not be happy with Africans.
Because
the parable of the talents, when God gives you talents and you don't use them, He takes them away and gives them to somebody else. So please, we are going to launch. I don't have details here. I'm coming back for a trip. I will give you the details when I come back about irrigation.
But tam yub madit magamenta dong tie kere ene me UIP me kelo ne por kumbiri ni en foot petiki yupe o weng eto eno bidugu chido bitete waloke weng mabe.
As some of the speakers said,
bachalo jomo kena guwaju kan.
We are going to develop this place as a site, as a memorial site like we did in Amgongo.
Kan wabi yubu ma bidogo mabe dada kaberu meni po. For the
Catholics and the Protestants both. So we shall do it.
So I
want to congratulate the Ugandan believers for rejecting homosexuality.
And Mirufoyo Lutela Uganda,
these Europeans are really there's some issue with these Europeans. They don't listen. But it's good that you said please. We have been telling them, please, this problem of homosexuality is not something that you should normalize and celebrate. I told them that it is true that there were some few homosexuals here before the Europeans came here. I had heard of some few stories. But it was clear that this was a deviation from normal. Like you can have somebody with 6 fingers instead of 5. But now the Europeans, because they don't listen, they don't respect other people's views, they want to turn the abnormal into normal.
Gen gu beru joma pegi winyu tam pebe gi mir wor tam pa jomo kene ci gi mete gi lok gen na tie ki tani we ko loko du chal gen madana to ero timana tie
and force it on others.
Dok bene gi mete gi di enoni jema kitene kom jomo kene.
I was in the USA in December.
Idwe me apara rio eno bedi America.
Mr. Biden had invited us there.
U beru kuno ki yup gi mo kuno.
There was this young a lady who came that she's a minister of something. Then instead of talking about things which we agree on, then she brought these homosexuals. I told her, but we are not going to agree. So what I do, I will invite you. You come and talk to my interreligious council. I forgot to tell them when I came back. I forgot about it.
So and they were one name chalope wabi winyo one kiri ento ka dore chabiri lungi luteladini.
So I will now invite her to meet the interreligious council. They can convert her from her position.
So and on tigitam mauduguki America we will pedo wajo board ludiru board archbishop. But it is
good that you took a principled stand and you told Canterbury, please, if you want to go homosexual, go. For us here in our language, we say, Lubanga Tie.
For us here, we say that God is there.
And we say, Lubanga Tek.
And also we say, God is mighty.
Very good. So we are not going to follow people who are lost. Now, on the pledges, my staff, Major Gaba, Come and stand here.
Major Agaba.
The bishop was talking about some banya, that I've got some banya or some. I don't want banyas here. I don't want banyas with Christians. Oh, Omona, you go and see the bishop. She was asking my banya, that I've got banya, his banya. Go and sort it out. Next, you go and tell him now. He's there. He's there. Go. Now, on the issue of Colonel Lawrence, where is Colonel Lawrence?
Colonel Lawrence is in Lira, Boro Boro.
Oh, Boro Boro?
Yes.
No, you see I think you need to discuss with us, with the government. What is needed is rationalization. Rationalization meaning doing things in a planned way. So I don't know, because the other time we closed some of the teaching colleges.
Teacher training colleges mogo.
Because we wanted fewer but better facilitated. But then the other ones can be turned into technical, into something else, not all to be, they don't have to be closed, but they can be put to another use in the educational field. So sit down and I will tell my people to sit down with the concerned people and discuss it. Because part of the problem was that in the past, because of the lack of coordination, you would find the Church of Anglican would start an institution, the Catholics start a similar one like that. Now, after independence, when the government took over education, there was a need for some rationalization. Now, the date for church house, I know that date. I thought it had been solved. Hello? Okay. I thought it had been solved. But if it wasn't, I will again talk with finance and see how to help the Church of Uganda. I want to congratulate the churches for getting out of Nino. Translate for the English people.
For waking him up from sleeping.
Nino is sleeping.
Sleeping, yes.
Because these churches were Nino. Depending on donations from Europe and so on. Now you see the danger of depending on donations. That's why some of them were beginning to say, if you want to money, you must support homosexuality. So, Church of Uganda, the Catholic Church, the other groups, developing income generating projects is something very good and we support it.
Che entika for your Church of Uganda Catholic dul dini mukena ni weng mekatiki jemi maramo keluchene ichingi enoni yo mabe mada.
And the church house is part of that effort.
Ma church house die you achel ikin tam enoni.
That's why we have supported it all this time.
And gino weka waberu kami yokoin pikare ini weng.
Now finally,
me agikine dong.
I'm glad to hear you people talking again about free and compulsory education.
Tindak ana winyo ki botu ma unu tika lok ni miero kwan dan weng ucheri gang kwan ki dig bene ento mano la boy chulmo.
In 1996,
even
when our economy was still very small,
I
introduced UPE and later on USE. But some of the head teachers and the parents don't get it. We send money for UPE. We send money for USE.
Senior schools
but the head teachers and some other local jomukwanos, they introduce school charges again. So, and then the politicians keep quiet. So the result is that so many children drop out of school. Some years ago, I was coming from Atanga side to Acholibu. And I stopped near a house. I saw some young people there, like 16 thereabout. I asked them, why are you in the school? They said no. They were thatching a grass thatched house. Why did you leave school? Said we didn't have money to pay. So this UPE was introduced to save your people from lack of education. The rich people can send their children to private schools and they pay big money. But the children of the poor should study free. We are going to come with new proposals, with very strong measures, because I had done this chura, actually this chivaro, this years, using my small school at Okwang. Okwang is near my home, my place in Barregi. And that time we had calculated that if we give so much capitation grant, that the children can study free. And I had done it in Gomba near my ranch in Iksozi. Now, you must have seen in the papers the soldiers of the SFC, one of the army groups. SFC is one of the army groups.
Okay, Uganda kind.
They have their schools in Entebbe, in Kampala. The other day I saw them celebrating because their children had passed in first grade. They don't pay school fees.
Pegi chulu school fees mo kulo.
Because this is a way of helping the soldiers.
Tien mana ye kidio achiel me konyo kede lumonywa.
Our soldiers have been getting low pay most of this time.
Lumonywa guber kano mochara malama deda pil kare malaj data.
And our plan from the beginning was, okay, even if you are getting a low pay, but let the government educate your child free in a government primary school and in a government secondary school.
Chidong gen getamane kerika dong cheno unoke government edong ubikwanyu lok me chululutinu I primary waki secondary bene.
And those schools are doing well.
Chi schools ne gitia timone mabe deda.
So I'm glad to hear the Archbishop talking about it. Let's all talk about it.
Chi chunya yom ka winya Archbishop tika lori lokom kwan kit mo loko kedene ento wan weng bene mir wa lok en loka chiele no.
So I thank everybody for showing support for the memory of Janani Luwum by coming and by taking interest.
Chia foi un duchu me bino me ripuching ki me nyutu chwak ikom Janani Luwum.
Apoyo Matek.
Thank you very much.
I came when the collections had been collected.
Eno o mano dong nen chalo mod dong ki mea.
I have my kuraba. How do you call it in Acholi? Okuraba.
Maybe
offertory.
Offertory. Mitch.
You call it what?
Mitch.
Mitch.
Yes.
Mitch mewa tiekan.
His offertory is there.
Apoyo Matek.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. We are left with as we shall sing the national anthem, but before that, immediately after the national anthem, we have only two things to happen here. Photo opportunity to the following. Group number 1 will be the Archbishop and the 8 bishops, the Archbishop of Gulu Diocese, the family of the late, that is Ben Okelo Luwum, wife Ben, and Phoebe Luwum, the children of Bishop who are here, and then Honorable Wagarach, the pilgrims representing, and then Mussolini. These are the first group for the photograph. The second group will be the ministers, Chief Justice, DIG, Area MP, SG, LC5, and RDC. This is the photo opportunity, and the organizers are there immediately after the anthems. Anthems, we stand up for the anthems.
Thank you so much. Photo moment, opportunity. The Archbishop and the 8th Bishop, the Archbishop of Ulu Archdiocese, the family member of Archbishop Janani Luwum mentioned, Honorable Wagarach, and then Mussolini. These are the two lead pilgrims, please. The second group to be ready is ministers. And Your Excellency, we have the Minister for Presidency, Honorable Mili Babalanda, who has just arrived shortly, and then Chief Justice, the IGG Area MP, ST, LC5, RDC.
TV, we are still coming to you live from Muchwini, a school, Muchwini Playgrounds, and the school itself was named after the late second African Archbishop of the province of the Church of Uganda, which then was as big as encompassing Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Boga Zaire, and that is the late St.Janani Luwum. So we are here giving you live the event of celebrations of his life, which is held annually, and this year's event was still held here at his burial place, where His Excellency has been the chief guest. We have had a number of big dignitaries here. His Excellency General Yoweri Museveni, the President, has been the chief guest. The service has been led by the Archbishop of the Church of Uganda, Dr. Samuel Kazimba Mugalu, in assistance with other clergy from the Anglican Church of Uganda. Now, right now it's a photo moment, as you can see on your screen. His Excellency is having a photo moment with the clergy and other dignitaries who have been part of this event. But there have been so many of them. I can see ministers, members of parliament. I can see Honorable Mili Babalanda, that is the Minister for Presidency. I've seen the Honorable Richard Todrong, the Secretary General of the NRM. We've had the Honorable Norbert Mao, who is President General of DP, and also Minister for Justice and Constitutional Affairs. I can see the woman MP from Karamoja, the Minister for Disaster Preparedness, the Honorable Hilary Onek Obaloker. I've seen the Honorable Hilary Onek, Minister for Foreign Affairs, and so many others. They're all here, they graced the occasion. The Honorable State Minister for Environment, commonly known as Mama Mabida, the Honorable Beatrice Atimanywa, have all graced this occasion and are now the other side to have a photo moment with the President. So, it has been an event that big. Just a brief of who St.Janani Luwum was. a brief of who Janani Luwum was. Yes, I shared some little information at the beginning of this event, but let me continue. He was Janani Luwum. He was born in 1924, like I said in the morning, in Muchwini, Chua, to Elia Okello and Irene Achiro. He was educated in Puranga, Kitgum and Gulu High School, and trained as a teacher at Canon Lawrence Teachers College, Boroboro, in Lira. He was a school teacher when in a dramatic conversion in the tradition of the East African revival, he accepted Christ as his personal savior on the 6th of January 1948. This totally changed his life, and the revival leadership then called on him to enroll for church ministry. Janani Luwum left teaching, and in 1949 he started training at Bishop Asher Wilson Theological College in Buwalasi. In 1956, Janani Luwum was ordained a priest of then the Upper Nile Diocese in St. Philip's Church, Gulu, thereafter serving as the chaplain and parish priest in several church schools and parishes. He went for 1 year Anglican leadership course at St. Augustine's College, Canterbury. That was between 1958 and 59. And on return, he was appointed a tutor and deputy principal of Buwalasi, a college where he trained as a priest. He returned to England for a 3-year diploma program at the London College of Divinity, which he completed in only 2 years. And on return home in 1956, or 1965, I beg your pardon, the Reverend Janani Luwum was appointed principal of Buwalasi Theological Training School. And in September 1966, he became the provincial secretary of the provincial ecclesiastic province of Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, and Boga Zaire, of which he later became the bishop of the northern province. In 1974, he was elected the Archbishop of the province of Uganda, Rwanda, Burundi, Boga Zaire, and he served until 1977 when he was arrested and later killed as given to us by history. So that is the man that we were here to celebrate, as we celebrate annually. We want to talk to the Deputy IGG, and because the late Janani Luwum was killed over issues to do with truthfulness. The Inspectorate of Government talks about truthfulness. Please come close, madam. Truthfulness and things like that. Yes. Good afternoon, madam.
Good afternoon. How are you?
Yes, let me hold it for you.
Thank you.
So we have a great man here who was killed on issues related to truthfulness, a value that you are preaching all over the country as the office of the IGG.
On the southern side,
relate it for somebody watching.
Thank you very much. Archbishop Janani Luwum died for defending truthfulness. So I encourage citizens out there to always live for the truth, because when you look at truthfulness, it's one of the national values we have, next to respect for humanity and environment. So it is important for citizens to know about it and to promote truthfulness. Because of lack of truthfulness, we are fighting issues to do with corruption, lack of integrity, and so on. So as a national value, when it is not upheld, it impacts on somebody's behavior, somebody's character, and so on. Going back to Janani Luwum was a leader who was exemplary. He had a heart for his people, for the citizens of Uganda, and he defended them at all times. And that is why he was able to come out and speak with confidence, truthfully, against dictatorship, against the human rights violations. And he speaks to us because we who are in the justice, law and order sector, we are called upon to promote truth and fairness, justice and fairness in our decisions.
Okay, let me start with this. How are you going to practically ensure an instillment of to instill this value among us Ugandans? Practically, how are you going to do it?
Practically, we have begun programs of empowering the youth to proclaim the values, to preach, to walk the talk. We want to empower the youth to know the values, because we know at the end of the day it will lead to mindset change. His Excellency the President has just talked about mindset change, and I believe if we preach these values, it will impact positively on the youth and other citizens, so that there is mindset change and as a strategy to fight corruption as well.
What could be the barrier in the path of truthfulness amongst Ugandans? What could be the barrier? What could be stopping us to see it? Because anyone in a key position in the country, in the world, would automatically be having this as a value. What could be the barriers?
The barrier is because it starts from parental responsibility. If parents are raising children and not instilling in them these values, then the children grow up to whom it may concern. It starts with stealing a pencil in the school or stealing a rubber or a ruler. Today, we are talking about loss of billions of shillings to corruption. So if we instill the values in our children, if the parents embrace that responsibility and preach the talk right from home, then we are going to have citizens in future who are responsible, who will uphold these values, and who will help contribute positively in hating and fighting corruption.
As an agency that is fighting corruption, trying to fight for integrity in this country, aren't you overwhelmed with the cases that we hear? Everybody that is brought before these committees of parliament, it is trillions. Actually, you're talking about billions, but trillions are lost. Do you still have the power to handle?
We believe we have the power to handle, because we have the will, we have the political support, and we shall do all it takes to transform this country, especially by causing them to look positively in the fight against corruption. We want the citizens to own, first of all, the war against corruption, because it is their war. When the people own the war against corruption, then they will preach it, they will hate it, they will shun it. We are not overwhelmed because we handle it on a case-by-case basis. If we change the mindset of the youth, they are the future leaders, and I believe they will embrace the values. They will take on the strategy, because we are saying the strategy is preventive. We want people to know about the dangers of corruption and how they can be part of the war against corruption in this country. Yes.
What would be your message to leaders? Actually, let me start with this as we wind up. There are people we hear that are big fish when it comes to corruption, and you are blamed as agencies that are fighting corruption of failing to handle the big fish. You come for ministers in Agago, for LC chairman in Agago, LC chairman in Soroti, LC chairman in deep in the villages. But you have people within central offices of government whom you're not touching, and actually the corruption talk has termed them as big fish. So is it still about political will and things like that?
Jordan, like sin, all sin is sin. You don't categorize it and say big sin, small sin. Corruption is also corruption. You don't categorize as big or small, because even the small, the so-called small corruption, when you put it in a bundle, it becomes big. And then another thing, in the Inspectorate of Government, we do not do discriminatory investigations. All corruption is corruption, big or small. We receive and investigate, and if we recover, we give God thanks and say we have recovered, and that money goes to the consolidated fund. So big or small, corruption is all corruption. And I call upon Ugandans to come and own the war against corruption, to report the cases against corruption. I have been in Kitgum before and arrested people over the parish development model funds. You recall that there was mismanagement of the parish development funds. But now we have been able to recover most of that money. Most of that money is recovered, and now people know their responsibilities. People know how the fund is supposed to operate to support people from households through the circles. So I think it's about engaging with the people through positive and constructive dialogue and helping the people understand their responsibility in fighting corruption. Yes.
Thank you so much, madam. Just your name again?
Dr. Patricia Achano Kiria, Deputy Inspector General of the Government of Uganda.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
Yes, that is the Deputy IGG of Uganda, giving her a view about truthfulness in our country, Uganda. The key message here in the speeches that we had at